What's up guys, Octave Gamer here. Welcome back to a brand new video. We're back on F1 2020 career mode, my team career mode, but before I get started with this episode, I just want to say thanks to my idiotic instincts, I deleted the recording of practice. I usually record practice, qualifying and the race in different recordings on my PlayStation 4. Now I accidentally deleted practice, so yeah, we've just had to go straight into qualifying. So this episode may be shorter, but I hope you guys are in for the episode instead of the length. Yeah, it's the US Grand Prix. Yeah, just a very dumb mistake that I made. Practice gone. So yeah, it's the US Grand Prix. We are going straight into qualifying because that's what I recorded. So yeah, let's get started with qualifying. And already we're on our first flying lap of the session, I think. Going up the hill into turn number one. Turn one is a very tight corner here. And we've gone a bit too much on the inside and our lap time has been invalidated. So don't mind the way I'm just making these mistakes here. It happens a lot, but we've got only 1 minute and 26 seconds left of qualifying. It's starting to light up a bit, the skies. We've had to let Max Verstappen through, otherwise he will end up holding us up throughout the lap. Looks like we've got a dead part on our car. We need to change that before the race, probably. Now we're coming across the line to start our another flying lap of the session. So going into turn one, let's not go to the inside too much. There we go, brilliant corner. Now coming down the hill, we're going towards the USS's. These sections are really tight. And going through, oh my goodness me, Albon just came out of nowhere. I actually got a jump scare out of that. And that has completely messed up our lap time because well, Albon appeared out of nowhere. I ran wide and then it was just a chain reaction. So yeah, that thing does happen. So I just decided to retire from qualifying and just go straight to the race. But first, an interview with Claire.
Bad luck today. That must be incredibly disappointing. Do you think that you learned a lot from your rivalry?
Well, I don't learn anything from rivalry. I just use it as an advantage to improve. So yeah, that's what I mean.
Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today?
Well, there are a lot of bad sections on this track, so
After all the teams have updated their cars for next season's regulation changes, where do you think you'll come out?
we may still be at the back, but I believe that good progress would come soon.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Now, also a bit of troubles here. I accidentally deleted the formation lap. Not deleted it, but I thought it was not necessary. So yeah, we will not have the formation lap. We're gonna dive straight into the race here. So as you can see, 5 red lights in Austin, lights out, and away we go. You've got Nicholas Latifi ahead of us. He was alongside us. Now we're gonna make a big dive into turn one, as I usually do, finding the gap there between the drivers, and we're up to P13. It's usually what happens, but keeping P13 is the hardest thing. Going into the USS as everyone going so slow, I'm just trying to keep it together because okay, strict corner cutting rules are on, so every single little corner cut will count. Kevin Magnussen goes up the inside of us. Of course, Kevin Magnussen would have won the Daytona 24 hours due to a puncture. He didn't. If you didn't watch that, check the IMSA channel. Now going up into towards the straight, I'm not sure what corner it's called, but we've got Alex Albon behind us, unsurprisingly, okay. He's the one that even disturbed me on my lap time, so that's how I just came at the back. So just moving up towards the rest of the pack here, we're on to lap number 2. We've got George Russell attacking so much. Looks like he's lost a bit of his front wing there. I don't know if that's caused by me because I didn't feel anything. Going into the braking zone, it's a very hard braking zone, almost like a hairpin, to be real with you guys. Going into this next section, I don't like this section of the track because it's always a hard braking zone. You brake late, the AI will intercept on you, so you've always got to be instinct with what you're doing. So yeah, Austin is a pretty tough track. It's not the fastest track, it's not my favorite track, but it is a good track, I should say. So yeah, moving on to the final corner. 28 laps of this Austin Grand Prix. George Russell comes into the pits. I think he's going to change his front wing. I knew he was in the pits. So we've got DRS enabled for lap 3. We are so far away, and then we've got Alex Albon going up the inside of us here. So Alex Albon has gone past us. I think I'm just not finding the space here. I mean the speed, sorry, not the space. Now let's try and catch up to Alex Albon. We've got a warning for exceeding track limits, like I said. Strict corner cutting rules on. I think maybe in the next few races I'll have to reduce that to regular because strict is too difficult just to avoid all these sections there. So looks like we're accumulating some wear on our MGUK, I think. So that could be costly for us here. We've got Romain Grosjean behind us. He's gonna have DRS on us. This is very bad, and we've got a DRS train behind us. That's gonna make everything harder for us. He actually went past us, so let's see if we can make the dive bomb, and that has not worked out whatsoever. We went too wide, and now we've dropped behind Antoine here. Oh, we're really struggling right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe our worn out part is making us a bit slower, because Austin is a pretty good track. We've got Antonio Giovinazzi thinking about a move up the inside of us, but I had to thump him out so that he couldn't attack. So yeah, this race is really difficult. I'm not sure what's going to be the outcome for the next few laps. It would be great if we can just at least find a bit of speed in this car. But the thing is, the parts are worn out. We do not have any speed at all. Giovinazzi, I'm sure, is in DRS range, and if we're not careful, he could make a move. And going into turn number 1, I think Giovinazzi is alongside us. Yes, he is. We're just getting past anyhow. This is actually sick, you know. This is very, very sick. Jeff saying we can win that place back. Unfortunately, we've got a worn out part, so that's actually making us a bit slower. These next few corners, it's not going to be an easy race. If we can make the strategy call right, then we could have a chance. And we've got a 3-second time penalty. As all of that happens, we've lost the rear because of that corner cut. I think I touched the grass, and then the grass was so bad. But these tires are so dead right now, so I'm just telling Jeff to keep quiet. I do not want any noise at all from the engineer. But unfortunately, that's dropped us down to 21st place. Russell is about 6 seconds off. We're gonna stay with our current strategy. We've got no wing damage. Our tires are technically worn out, so we've just got a hold of George Russell here, and we've even dropped down to last now. The worn out part is making us a lot slower. So maybe the next race we'll have to change that part. This is just unbearable. Just driving with a worn out part in our car. It's been a very, very difficult weekend. As far as I can remember, practice went quite well, but the qualifying and the race not so much, just because I've been trying to avoid corner cutting. But I think I'll have to reduce the corner cutting stringency to regular, just to make it a bit more bearable for myself and not unbearable. So yeah, we've really struggled this season. I just want to do a good job for the team, maybe score some points in later races of the season. We've still got Mexico, Brazil, Abu Dhabi. We've still got 3 rounds to go of the season. Still improvements. We do not know when we're getting points again, or if we're gonna get points. Season 2 will be a lot yeah, I just don't know what to say. That was a very, very stupid incident there. Um, so we're gonna have to pit now. There's absolutely no point fighting for anything. We're about 20 something seconds off, and we've got a retirement for the first time in the race. Carlos Sainz once again has retired from the race. Just like Belgium, he's out of the US Grand Prix. And now we are being threatened by Nicholas Latifi here. It looks like we're being lapped. The pace has just been off for us today, and that spin has wrapped up all our problems here. And while trying to get the car back, I literally made a stupid mistake, so I blame myself for that. So yeah, that wraps up today's episode, I think. Just no words at all. Just disappointing race, I should say. The worst of the
Well, things
weekend.
didn't really go your way today. Let's have your take. Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment? You must be gutted to be starting. There was quite a lot of... You lost... Thank you for your time.
I was too pissed off at the end, so that's why I didn't answer any questions. Thank you guys for watching. If you wanna see more my team content, subscribe and turn on notifications. Goodbye.